Hello students, I welcome you all to this session. In this session, we are going to talk about the electric field for the continuous charge distribution. We have already seen how we can find out the electric field for a point charge. I hope you remember the formula. The formula was kq upon r square ar, where k is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon, okay? And where epsilon is epsilon naught into epsilon r. So we know this formula. I will be writing this formula in big detail. Okay, and we have already seen what is line charge density. We have seen the line charge density is represented by the symbol lambda, and how I can represent the line charge density, it is charge per unit length. So here if I am taking some small length and some small charge, so the lambda will be given as dq upon dx, which is charge per unit length, or it is the line charge density. Okay, so now I just require these two things, and with the help of these two things I will be finding out what is the electric field at this point P due to this continuous charge distribution. Here I am reminding you that the charge is not concentrated at a fixed point. The charge is distributed throughout this rod. So here let's suppose we have some positive charge here. So the positive charge here, let's suppose it is Q, and we have taken some small element. So because the charge is uniformly distributed, here we have seen that the charge is uniformly distributed. So I can say that we can take some small element and the small charge will be dq here. Okay, so now I can say that if I have to find out the electric field at this point P, which is at the distance A, and the length of this element is L, and now if I am taking some small element from this length L, so let's suppose I have taken this element at L/2 distance, and this element is that much small that I can consider it to be a point charge. So this dx is very small, and now I am considering this dq to be point charge. Now because of this point charge, I can find out the electric field at point P. So this will be my small electric field dE, which will be given as okay, so dE is given as k dq upon x square. The distance from this point to P is x. I have considered it to be x. So here at the denominator I had r square. So the distance between P and this point dx is x. So I will be taking x square at the denominator. K is as it is, and here instead of q I have this small point charge dq. Okay, so k dq upon x square, and I can represent it as dq upon 4 pi epsilon x square. Now if I have to find out the full electric field, I will be integrating it. Now I need to find out some parameter upon which I can integrate. Okay, so here the parameter is x. Now I know what is lambda. Lambda is given by this formula dq upon dx. So from this formula I can find out dq. dq is given as lambda dx. So here I will be using this formula and I will be replacing dq. So dE will be equal to, okay, or I can represent it as lambda dx upon 4 pi epsilon x square. Okay, so from here you can see I have found out small electric field due to this point charge. Now I can integrate it over the entire length. I have taken the small length dx. Now if I am integrating it from A to A plus L point. So this point is here A, and this point is here A plus L. So I will integrate dE over A to A plus L. So this is giving me E, electric field, and how I will be representing it. So here in the terms of lambda I will be representing it as lambda dx upon 4 pi epsilon x square, and integration from A to a plus L. Now what are constant? Lambda is constant because we have the predefined x and we have the predefined q. Okay, so we have the length L, we have the q. The lambda is constant here. Okay, so I can put lambda outside the integration. 4 pi and epsilon are all constant for a given material. So here if I have a given material, epsilon will be epsilon naught into epsilon r. For the given material, epsilon r is constant, epsilon naught is already constant, so epsilon will be constant. So I have taken all of the constant things outside and the integration is again from a to a plus L. We are remaining with the integration of dx upon x square, and this integration I know. So the integration is minus 1 upon x a to a plus L. So here if I have to represent my final answer, so this is lambda upon 4 pi epsilon 1 upon a minus 1 upon a plus L. This is my electric field at the point P because of all of this continuous charge distribution. Now what is the direction? Direction is along this axis. So here if I am representing a unit vector AP along this axis, so here I will be representing the direction as AP cap. Okay, so here if I have this EP, now how I will be representing my EP? So here it will be represented in the unit Newton per coulomb. So now I hope you understood how I will be finding out the electric field due to the continuous charge distribution. I hope you will be joining me in the next video, and I hope you like this video. If you like it, you can share it with your friends, subscribe the channel and do push the like button. Thank you so much.